Hello everyone. Today we are looking at a question from 30 most common Accenture coding questions from Naukri.com or Code 360 as you know it. The question says to check if two strings are anagrams or not. If yes, then return yes, otherwise return no. So, what is an anagram? An, anag- an anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of different word or phrase, typically using all original letters exactly once. Okay, suppose listen, it is consisting of one L, one I, one S, one T, one E, and one N, and the other word is silent. This word also com- consists of the same composition of letters, same number of letters, and each letter occurs same times as it occurred in the first string. So how can you check this? First of all, to check if one string is anagram of other string, we can see that if the length of the two strings are equal or not. Suppose there is an extra t, therefore here it becomes 2t and there remains only 1t. Therefore, it will not become an anagram. So the first condition will be check length. If they are same in length, then only proceed to check for anagram. Otherwise, no need to check further. What so the second step, what we can do is we can convert the whole string, both the strings, into lowercase characters. So listen will be L I S T E N in lowercase, and silent will also become SILENT. By doing this, it will be easier for us to check. Otherwise, we have to check for our uppercase and lowercase separately. Therefore, by converting, we make our jobs easier. Now, what we can do is we can create two hash arrays to store frequency of each characters of the strings. The first hash array will store the frequency of characters of the first string, and the second hash array will store the frequency of characters in the second string. And like this, we create the second hash array also. Suppose there is a string ABIR and RIBA. Okay, so the position of A is small a minus small a equal to 0. Therefore, at position 0 of first hash, we give the value 1. At first, the default value of all positions here is 0, so we increase the value by 1. Therefore, we get the second character minus small b minus small a equal to 1. Therefore, at 1 index, we increase the value to 1 from 0 to 1. At, at small I, this will become something, let's say x. At position x, we increase the value from 0 to 1. Okay, and this way we, let's say this is our position and we increase the value to 1. Suppose there is another a at the end, therefore we will increase the value of 0 to 2, and this way we will move through the string and increase the frequency of each character. We will repeat the same process for the second string. At r, we increase the value of r from 0 to 1. I will be increased to 1. B position of B will be increased to 1, and A, the value at position of A, that means 0, will be increased to 1. Now we can check, we can keep an I pointer from 0 to the 25 and check if the values at two hash arrays are equal or not. Let's say at if hash 1 of I is not equal to has 2 of I, we will say that it is not a has 2 of I, we will say that it is not an anagram. Why? Because we can see that 0, which corresponds to small a, here is twice the first and last, but here we will see that only once at the last. Therefore, this is not an anagram. However, if we find that all values at all positions at the same of both the hash sets, then we can tell that this is an anagram. Okay. And another thing to tell you that how can you know that A will correspond to 0 or B will correspond to 1 is that the ASCII value of small a is 97. Therefore, for putting therefore for corresponding this value to our hash set, we need to subtract it each value by small or lowercase a. Therefore, small a minus small a, that will become 97 minus 97, and it will become 0. By this process, we can determine that small a will be placed at 0 index of our hash. Let's take small c to know where this c will be placed in our hash set. We need to subtract small a from small c. That will become 100 minus, uh, sorry, not 100. Small c will be 99 minus 97. It will become 2. Therefore, small c will be placed at 2 index. Okay, this is the method to know where I can place the elements. If it was all capital elements, therefore we would have subtracted capital A from each character. Okay, the starting value is subtracted from each character occurrence in the string. That is the concept. So for the code part, I have already taken input of the true strings. Check calling a function, if it is returning 1, we will print anagram, or else we will print no. Okay. So we have to complete the function. So the first job was to check if their lengths are equal or not. If s1 dot size not equal to s2 dot size, at this beginning stage only we can return 0, as they are not same in length, therefore no chance for them to become an anagram. Okay, now what you can do is we need to convert these strings into lowercase characters. Okay, there is a long syntax in STL, standard template library in C++, to convert from uppercase to lowercase characters. This is written as transform s1 dot begin, s1 dot end, and again s1 dot begin, and it will be converted to upper. You can learn about this by searching convert a string from uppercase to lowercase C++. Okay, so this will be the link, the second link. You can see that here. Oh, I have to use another comma, and these things will be 2 times colon. Okay, therefore it will be like this. This will convert the string to uppercase. For lowercase, we will need to write to lower, and the same thing will be done to the second string too. Therefore, now the two strings are transformed to lowercase characters. We need to form two hash arrays, int hash of size 26 each, and the default value for each position will be 0 by default. This will be has 1, and this will be has 2. Okay, now we need to traverse the string one by one, character by character, and update the frequency of each value in the hash array corresponding to the. Okay, so we will run a loop for int I equal to 0, I less than s1 or s2, any of them, as both of them are similar in length as checked by this condition. If this condition is not true, therefore we can assume that they are both are of same size. Therefore we will run loop till size of any of the strings and write hash one of will write hash one of s1 minus small a plus plus, and hash 2 of s2 minus small a plus plus. This could have been done in two separate loops, but as they are of same length, we are using a single for loop and just using the two hashes according to their characters. Okay, now this loop runs from 0 to the size of the string. But for checking if the two hashes are equal or not, we need to run a loop from 0 to 25 or less than 26. It should be kept in mind that the next for loop, which is this one, for int I equal to 0, I less than 26, they are of different sizes. This runs till the size of the string, and this runs till 26, as alphabets have 26 characters and we created therefore hash of 26 size I plus plus. Now we will check if hash 1 of I not equal to hash 2 of I, we will return 0 at this instant only. Why? Let me show it again. Let's say the value at 3 of this hash is 2 and the value of this hash is 1. What we are checking is hash 1 of I. Let's say I is 3, therefore hash of I is 1 of I is 2, and hash 2 of I is 1. Therefore they are not equal. They are not equal, meaning that the alphabet D, the position 3 corresponds to letter small d. In this case, the occurrence of small d in first string is not equal to the occurrence frequency of characters in second string. Therefore, this is not an anagram. Okay, and if this condition does not satisfy for all values in the loop, after uh, getting out of the loop, we will return 1. Okay, so I think that is all the code we need. Let's check, listen, and silent. Let's run the code. Okay, so I have to write S1 of I and S2 of I. S1 and S2 are the two strings. We need to access each character from the string. That was the case. Yes, so they are anagram. Let me put one n extra here and check now. No, they are not anagram. I hope you understand the question and the easy approach. I think this will be a new concept for you, and not like Python. We do not have any smaller function name for this. This is the approach in C++. You can search it. So thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel.